Hey, what's happening? This is your boy Creativedwill, your everyday creative dad. Welcome to the channel, and thank you for tuning in. Man, you saw the thumbnail, you saw the title of this video, you already know what time it is and what we about to get into. This age-old debate for all our Maschine and MPC users. Which one should you purchase if you're thinking about buying either Maschine Plus or the MPC Live 2? I purchased the MPC Live 2 probably about 2 months ago, and I also have the Maschine Plus. I've been primarily on the Maschine Plus, and I've been diving into the MPC Live 2. So we're gonna be taking a look at why I purchased the MPC Live 2 if I already have the MPC Plus, and what is the benefits over one another if you're in the market of thinking about purchasing one. So y'all already know what time it is. Let's dive in and let's get creative. All right, you guys, so welcome back. Oh man, so lately I've been I took a break from YouTube for a while, probably like a week or so, to really start diving into some of the gear that I've been purchasing. Recently I made the purchase of buying the MPC Live 2. Is right here. I keep pointing down here because it's right here. You guys can't see it, it's off camera, but as most of y'all come to this channel, y'all know that I love to cook up with Maschine products, Native Instruments products, specifically the Maschine Plus. So I'm gonna preface this video and say that I got a lot more experience with the Maschine Plus than I do with the MPC Live 2. But I'm gonna try my best to give an unbiased opinion based off of what I've learned utilizing MPC Live and the things that I like about it and what I really don't like about the Maschine Plus and what I like about the Maschine Plus. So I'm gonna try to, like I said, I'm gonna try to give my unbiased opinion so you guys can make a better purchasing decision if you're thinking about buying one. I own both of them, so obviously they both have their benefits, but I use one more than the other, and the reason being is because I'm just a little bit more familiar with it. So you got to take that with a grain of salt. All right, so I just got the Maschine. I'm not the Maschine. I just got the MPC Live 2. So why did I purchase that if I have the Maschine Plus? Most people be like, bro, if you got the Maschine Plus, you don't need the MPC Live 2, and you will be 100% right. If you have the Maschine Plus right now, or any Maschine instrument, whatever, the Maschine is very capable of doing everything that the MPC Live 2 does, but the workflow is just way different. Like, people, I don't care what you say, like, these two are two different, completely different hardware, completely different software, completely different workflows, and it takes a different type of mentality whenever you're approaching both of them. So you have to keep that into mind. The MPC Live, what for me, where it really shines, and the reason why I got it, is for the standalone features. If you're gonna purchase an MPC Live and you're going into it thinking that, oh man, this thing is gonna be super duper easy to start learning, it's gonna be super duper easy to connect to my computer and software and all that other stuff, then nah, I don't think that that's what this thing was intended for. It is a music production center, or whatever you call it, and it's really shines on its own by itself, and you don't really need anything else to really make it stand out. The MPC Live has a built-in speaker, it has a built-in hard drive, it has multiple ins and outs, and just a whole bunch of different features that the MPC, not the MPC, but the Maschine Plus don't have. One of the biggest reasons why I purchased it is because it got a built-in speaker and it got a built-in battery, and the Maschine Plus doesn't have those two, and when I want to take this thing and travel with it, it's completely standalone. I would say that the software inside of the MPC, I liked it. It has a touch screen, but there's a lot of menu diving that I got to do to get to certain things. On the Maschine, everything is just laid out, and I don't need to really menu dive that much. It's just shift and press a button, is there. Like, for example, quantize, the shift quantize, but on the time correct, I got to hit time correct, then on the touch screen confirm that I want to do that. To me, that kind of slows up my workflow. Even though the touchscreen is dope, it's super duper awesome, I think if they would have laid out more of the buttons and everything, and you can get, like, I think this I forget whichever it's called, but it's the bigger brother to the MPC Live 2 that has everything laid out, but that defeats the whole purpose of me buying this, for it to be mobile. So if you are in the market for something standalone, and I think the MPC Live shines for sampling capabilities, just doing everything inside the actual MPC Live. I think that that's where it shines. And if you're in the market for that type of workflow, you like to sample, like boom bap, hip hop type of music, then the MPC Live is what you really want to go with. The software on the MPC Live, that junk sucks. Bro, I had this thing for almost 2.5 months, and I haven't once used the software except for to install some of their plugins, which their expansion packs sound dope, but them things are super duper hard. It's not super duper hard, but it's just like, if you don't have a level of audio, I guess, installing and troubleshooting and all this other stuff, then the MPC Live, it takes a little bit to get it up and running how you want it. So you got to have a little bit of know-how, and you got to really be dedicated to it. So I can't really knock it on the installing the expansions. I'm just so used to the Maschine Plus and native access, where all you gotta do is type in your user count and name, and all of your expansions and everything you buy from Native Instruments automatically load onto your computer, updates, all that stuff. I mean, not computer, but on the Maschine Plus. So though, you got to keep that into mind. If you're not really tech savvy and don't want to download all the instruments and everything, I think with the update on the MPC Live, they allow you to actually install the instruments and stuff, but I wish they would do the same thing with the actual expansion packs that you buy from them. So Akai, if y'all listening to this video, then please integrate that little I don't know, whatever you call it, but it's an update that allows you to install all their new instruments and stuff like that. I wish they would allow the expansions to do that as well, and it's just all on your account. And the same with the software content and everything that comes with this. I still haven't downloaded all that stuff, because you have to go in there and download it and install everything individually, which is a headache, and I don't like it. And I already have a whole bunch of sounds and stuff, and I don't want to spend a whole day downloading all that content. So you got to keep that into mind. It's super duper dope, super duper awesome, standalone, a lot of multiple ins and outs. You can do everything right here inside the box. You don't even need the software, and that's what I use it for, to travel, to take everywhere. When I'm at work, I'll pull this out and make some music on my lunch break and stuff like that. All right, so we talked a lot about the MPC Live 2 and why I purchased it for me. Like I said, if you're interested in buying it, then you would probably go for the fact that it is standalone, completely standalone, has a built-in speaker, has amazing sampling capabilities, the arranger, the sequencer, all that stuff is super duper dope. It has a built-in battery, it has a built-in hard drive, all that good stuff. So that's one of the reasons why I would purchase it versus the Maschine Plus. Now, I mentioned that I primarily use the Maschine Plus, and the reason being because when I first started making music back in the day when they had the MK1, I had the option to buy either a MPC or a Maschine. Now, I bought the MK1 because I like the whole integration with the software and the hardware, and I think that's where Maschine really shines. With the Maschine Plus, with its standalone capabilities, to me it does not match up to the MPC Live 2. I think it more so matches up with the MPC 1, which you still need a power supply for, and you still need to plug in headphones and all that other stuff. Maschine Plus better matches up with that. So far as the price range, I think this is like $1,400. And the MPC 1 is like $800. I think if you're gonna buy if you're in the market for a standalone piece of gear, the Maschine Plus isn't gonna be that. I mean, it's not gonna be, for me, it's not. I'd use it rarely outside of the studio. Now, if I was to go to somebody else's studio, I would bring the Maschine Plus versus bringing the MPC Live, because I like the Maschine Plus. I like the fact that I can plug into a computer. I like the fact that it has all of my sounds and all of my expansions from Native Instruments automatically uploaded as soon as I type in my Native Access account information. I like the integration with the software. And one thing that I really don't like about the Maschine Plus is that it crashes a lot. Like a lot of times in the standalone mode, it crashes a lot, but when you have it in that dual mode where you're using the hardware and the computer, it's very stable and very useful. So based off of the standalone features, I think that's where the MPC shines. I think that Native Instruments shines because of their whole integration with the software, and the hardware is just so amazing. And also the sounds that you get. The Native Instruments are always adding different instruments and different sounds and stuff that you could buy. Yes, MPC has it, but I think Native Instruments got them beats on the variety of different sounds and genres that you can actually dive into. I think the sounds sound better in Maschine. I'm a little bit biased on that because like I said, I've been using that for a long time. And I think that the native access, I think I already mentioned this, I think the native access makes the Maschine Plus a lot easier for anybody that's just starting off. I would recommend that if anybody that's just starting off that wants to have that that primarily works inside of a DAW like Fruity Loops or Cubase, gotta mention Cubase, a lot of people ain't using Cubase, but anyway, Pro Tools, Ableton Live, all that different stuff, and you want to a kind of hybrid system, but you also want the ability to travel with your hardware, then the Maschine Plus is the way to go. Reason being is because the software with the Maschine is hands down 100% better than the software that Native Access, not Native Access, but the MPC has. The Maschine 2 software crushes the MPC Live 2 software. You can pull it up inside of any DAW, you can have it in standalone mode, and also you gotta keep this in mind too. If you're using the Maschine Plus as a hybrid, like DAW and standalone and all that good stuff, using it as a hybrid, Maschine also can act as a MIDI controller. And for me, that was the biggest reason why I got the Maschine itself and the Maschine Plus specifically. What I mean by that is you can hit Shift and MIDI channel, and now this is not just a hardware that I can make music or a beat or a sampler or whatnot. Now it becomes a actual controller for my DAW. So if you're using that hybrid setup, then you can map everything on the Maschine Plus or the Maschine MK3. You can map that to control your DAW. So that's another feature too. So yeah, so that's pretty much it, man. I just wanted to, because people been asking me, bro, you got the MPC, man, what you think about it versus the Maschine and everything like that. I've been wanting me to do a video on it, but I haven't had the time within the last few weeks. So I thought I'd just take the time and explain to y'all why I purchased the MPC. I'm doing a lot more videos on the MPC, but I really got to get used to the workflow. The workflow is not really clicking with me because I'm so used to the Maschine and the scenes and groups and patterns and all that other stuff, and it just makes the Maschine makes more sense to me. So yeah, so I hope this video helped somebody out. If you found value in this video, then please consider hitting that thumbs up, that like button, subscribe to the channel, man, so you don't miss anything, and hit that notification bell so you really won't miss anything. Until next time, you guys be awesome, be creative, and don't let anybody stop you from doing what it is that you want to do in life. Deuces.